Hey everybody, Jessica here. Welcome back to Jess Unsolicited. I came outside because my son's in there playing Fortnite and there's no telling what you'll hear during this video. So I decided to bring it outside and talk to you about blocking your own blessings. And there's like 1,000 ways we can do that, right? First and foremost, I think you do that by bringing your baggage from the past into your current situation, relationships, or whatever. Not letting things go, holding on to things, expecting everyone to be the same way, and that's just not the case. So if you're doing that, like say you're in like this horrible relationship, right? Obviously it doesn't ever start out horrible or you wouldn't have gotten into the relationship. There had to be some good there. And whatever reason, your relationship went south, fast forward, you're starting to talk or date someone else and you haven't let go, then that obviously is going to affect your new relationship, right? And this person could be absolutely great and wonderful and perfect in every possible way. However, you are still allowing that past, that ex or whatever, to control you, control where you're going and how you're handling decisions in your life if you haven't let that go. So you are blocking your own blessings, right? Because you're not making decisions based on your true feelings or your own mindset. You're not following what you want to do. You are you're still got this residue of leftover shit on you, really. And depending on how bad your past relationship was, and or how bad whatever the situation was, man, you could really bring some crap with you, and this you can like I've talked about in other videos, I've been healing from stuff, in childhood things and doing all of that. And I realized a big thing I brought in to my relationships was abandonment. I've always had abandonment issues, not feeling important, stuff like that. So the first sign that I wasn't important or something came before me, not saying working, feeding the family, within reason. I was never unreasonable with that, but just it would trigger something with me. And I really had to learn. And like I said, doing this healing and stuff, I've looked at a lot of different things in my life and things that I've been through with my mom, my dad, family, my children, my ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, all of that stuff. And it's wow, there's patterns that I've repeated, and I've learned I felt like I blocked so many of my own blessings because I didn't heal early on. Had I healed and recognized these things early on, I would have avoided so much heartbreak and problems. And just it's wow, I really brought this shit on myself. I blocked so many of my own blessings. So growing up, the way that I grew up, it was wasn't the best. It was it was something. So I always, I not leeched on, but I was very if you were mine, you were mine. I don't like to share. Granted, I am an only child, so I have that too. But I would develop unhealthy attachments. Basically putting my happiness in someone else's hands, codependency. That's the word I was looking for. And the universe, because I wasn't healing, kept allowing me to repeat the same patterns. So I would get into a relationship or friend, whatever, repeat the same pattern, a little bit hurt. Oh, universe, you didn't learn your lesson. Okay, I repeated the same pattern, got a little more hurt, situation was worse. Bloom, bloom, bloom. It was this last one that when I tell y'all I learned my lesson, I learned my lesson. And I finally, started doing the healing and all of that stuff and learned a lot, and will never and never repeat the same patterns that I've repeated in my past, as far as my boundaries, things that I allow, my self-worth, because it's like, I'm a beautiful woman. I got my life going. I got good shit going. I'm extremely intelligent. I'm funny, like, not trying to like sound cocky, but I know my value and I know my worth. And I my lack of self-worth allowed me to put myself in situations that caused big problems in my life, like a lot of bad shit, that I could have easily avoided had I had my self-worth at the time when that first red flag or that first boundary crossing occurred. I would have cut that shit off. You know what I mean? And not like to be an asshole, but you have to stand your ground. And you'll notice when there's a video I have, Set Your Boundaries. You'll notice when you start making that progress and making those steps and all of that, and you start setting those boundaries, those people who want to, have no respect for you, and that's the only reason they're in your life, is because they can just try to treat you any which way, they're going to disappear. And they'll find whatever reason to do that. And good, let them go. Let them go. Sayonara. But the fact of the matter is it's not their fault. It's my fault. These people will show you who they are. You just choose to ignore it. That's what I did. I knew who the hell I was dealing with. I just thought that my love would be enough. I could show this person, that that it's not this horrible world. But people play roles because they see this person doesn't have self-worth, or this person needs this. So you'll have these people who come into your life and in your journey and your path and intensify that. The universe sends them into you to say, yep, you're right. You don't feel good about yourself. You don't feel like this about yourself. You don't feel like this. Exactly. I'm going to send you someone who's going to reinforce that and make it even worse until you learn you are worth it. You are good enough. You are beautiful. Somebody's going to love you the way that you want to be loved. You deserve to be loved. Someone who's going to love you the way that you love. And you're going to stop blocking your own blessings when you break that cycle. But you have to break that cycle. And you're not going to until something's bad enough. And I promise you, when it's bad enough, you will break that cycle. The universe isn't going to allow you to continue. Or if you do, I don't even know. I couldn't imagine continuing my life and my thought process and the way that I handle things and felt. And like, I just couldn't even imagine it. Like, I can't even fathom it at this point. So you block your own blessings by allowing folks to treat you any kind of way because you don't know your value. And everyone, I feel like nowadays, it's not uncommon for people to have, a bad upbringing or, tragedies to happen to us throughout our life and all of these things that, now we're going to have friends die. One of my best friends committed suicide, in high school. And we have all these things that are just, that we go through. And yeah, like that's obviously rough and that's hard, but it doesn't have to affect your self-worth. No matter what happens, don't lose like who you are and the value that you have to add to this world. And people are going to be sent to your path to try to tear you down and make you feel worse when you're already feeling down. But I hope that you find enough strength, and I hope that you do the healing, and I hope that you know that you are worth it. Because once you realize that, you really start living, right? In that one video, when I say you have two lives, the first one starts when you realize you only have one, right? And yeah, like, I don't know, just I realize, like, by all the mistakes that I've made and all the shit that I have allowed to, like, putting other people first because I didn't want them to go, or putting up with shit that I would, like, what? I blocked blessings, and I'm like, put my life on hold, basically, like, ugh, man, but it's like, okay, divine timing, everything happens, the way it's supposed to happen. But I assure you, you are worth it. Don't block your blessings by thinking that you're not and allowing people to treat you any which way. Nobody deserves to be treated like shit. Nobody deserves to have someone put their hands on them, choking them unconscious. You know, depends how bad your situation was. Like I said, mine was horrible. Mine, you know, I don't know. I don't know. If you've ever dealt with a narcissist, then you would understand. But that was a life freaking lesson. That's all I gotta say. But anyway, I wish you all of the best and peace and love. You are worth it.